should have had this joint the other way. You can see me?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Cool. Hold it. My bad. Hold on. We got some people in here already.
Shout out to people that showed up. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all.
Cool. Yeah. This is much better. I can see my brother. Yeah, so you ready, brother?
Yes, sir. Let's get to it, baby.
So thank y'all for all that popped in so far. We're here with another episode of Can the Brothers Get a Rap episode. I am Ashley Lovechild, rapper extraordinaire artist. I got my brother with me, one of the world's best photographers in the world, Santana in the building.
What it do, family? How y'all doing? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Episode 5 in the building. Let's get it on.
Let's get it popping. Yo, I'm telling you, blood couldn't make me and my brother any closer. So just know that, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? We don't rehearse this. Our connection is our connection, pause. But you know what I'm saying? We do this thing, you heard? So
Straight
again,
freestyle, baby.
my bad. Go ahead, bro.
I said straight freestyle off the top of the dome, you heard?
Off the top of the dome, you heard? So, let's get right into it. Hold up. Before we get into it, I always do this. I always forget. Make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe, and y'all comment throughout the episode. We love the engagement. We appreciate the engagement. It's fun with the conversation. At somebody, just stay active within the conversation. We will appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Use us. We just like going straight into business. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Getting about all the little nuances and shit. But definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe. Definitely put some comments up on the chat. We definitely will respond to that. You know what I'm saying? So show some love, you heard?
Facts, you know what I'm saying? The Brooklyn way, you heard?
Yeah.
So let's get right into it. Pause. Popular opinion. Okay? So popular opinion. What's your top 4 Eddie Murphy movies? Because we did Martin before. Now we're gonna do Eddie.
All right. My top 4 Eddie Murphy movies has to be Beverly Hills Cop 1. Trading Places. Definitely Boomerang. And last one, Vampire in Brooklyn.
Vampire in Brooklyn. Woo! So why did you go with those 4 in particular?
All right. Well, first Beverly Hills Cop was lit. You know what I'm saying? Classic Eddie Murphy was classic Eddie Murphy movie. Was definitely on the come up. Trading Places was right around the same time of Beverly Hills Cop. I could be wrong, but it was like in the early days of Eddie Murphy, and the concept behind Trading Places was fire. And it's just his way of making jokes about certain things and shit like that. So Trading Places was a classic. Boomerang was, come on, son, it's fucking Boomerang, son. They got John Witherspoon, Martin Lawrence, you know what I'm saying? Like a young, what's her face? She was young. Second shorty, he was,
Lilo Rashad or Halle Berry?
Yeah, young Halle Berry, you know what I'm saying? Robin Givens, bad, and it was just lit. It was just about players, you know what I'm saying, playing the game, and you know what I'm saying? It was just a classic joint. And the last one, Vampire in Brooklyn, it was a horror, but the nigga was just mad jokey with this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Again, John Witherspoon in this shit, like just it definitely had some horror moments in it, but it was definitely comedic too. And of course, he always be dropping gems in the comedic fashion. Like it was just funny when the scene where he turned into a pastor and shit, right? And then the congregation was like, all right, come on, pastors, let's go into the church. And the nigga his toupee started cooking
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
He was like,
yeah.
nah. We gonna have the sermon outside. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, bad is good. You know what I'm saying? Yo,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had the whole sermon like, damn, yeah, you're right. Bad is good. Man. It was just classic shit, son. Classic Eddie Murphy, son. For real, for real.
Yeah,
So that's
that's lit.
four, son.
Yeah, that's lit. That's lit. Um, mine's kind of mirrors yours. Mine's is Boomerang. You spoke on Boomerang. You know, obviously you mentioned all those people, but you know, people forget about the David Allen Grizz, the Clarence Witherspoon, the lady that plays Miss Pearly from Friday is also in there.
Mm-hmm,
Um,
mm-hmm.
you know, it's a young Chris Rock has a scene or two. You
Oh
know,
yeah, he was
yeah,
the mail boy. He was
yeah,
grabbing the mail and shit.
he,
Pause.
he played Boney T. You know what I'm saying? You had a Grace Jones. Like it's just such an iconic movie. And you talk about funny. Oh my God, the Grace Jones parts. You know when she was trying to come at him in the restaurant. I mean, I fell out. You had Tisha Campbell playing the neighbor. Anytime Tisha Campbell is as big of a star, Tisha Campbell is just playing the nosy neighbor, the hated neighbor that still want to get with him somebody. You know the movie's,
Yo, classic, son.
what I'm saying? And shout out to Earth the Kid too. Earth the Kid is a whole legend out here. So shout out to Earth the Kid as well. So I got Boomerang on my list as well. I gotta have Vampire in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Vampire in Brooklyn is such an underrated movie by Eddie Murphy. Not to mention, outside of Eddie Murphy, my man from that plays Dwayne Wayne from a different world killed that movie playing
Mm-hmm. As the ghoul.
as the ghoul. He
Mm-hmm.
killed that movie. I can't. His name is escaping me at the second, but he killed that movie. Come on, Angela Bassett. Like you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Angela's gonna give you that sexy, and she could act in every level. Like you know what I'm saying, she made everything work as far as her being vulnerable, her being strong, her being a vampire. I ain't gonna lie, I would have actually loved to seen her turn, but for the cause of the movie, they didn't want that to happen. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Alan Payne. And then, Eddie was Eddie, going from, like you said, the preacher to the gangster Guido. You
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You know what I mean? Like it's just it was just too dope. I got Coming to America.
Classic.
Got Coming to America. Um, Probably one of my favorite movies, hands down. Not just for Eddie Murphy funny, but people don't realize how funny Eric LaSalle was in Coming to America. You know what I'm saying? Like you got all the monsters. You got you know Samuel L. Jackson in probably like his first or second movie, I think, at that time. You
Mm-hmm.
got Arsenio Hall, which is Eddie's right hand man, who's also funny as heck. You got John Amos, that plays the father of the daughter. I mean, you got James Earl Jones, who's a giant
My
in
son works.
like so that movie it just worked. But Eric LaSalle when my man pulled up in the new whip, and what makes that so funny is like he pulled up, music is popping, you know what I'm saying? And before he got out the whip, my man did his joint, and the kicker is when he looked in the mirror and like it didn't want to and hit him with the smile, the quick smile, like yo, make sure my smile is on point. Like I fell out, bro. Every single time I fall out at that scene. So I got to go with Coming to America. Uh, Coming to America is a classic. Coming to America 2 is ass. They did a horrible job with Coming to America 2, and I mainly because the premise was garbage, and the guy that they picked to play opposite of Eddie, which was his son, he just wasn't funny. You know, but good try. Years later, and then my fourth Eddie Murphy movie is Harlem Nights.
Mm.
Harlem Nights.
Classic.
Yeah, so many iconic scenes with him and De La Reese in the alley. Him and Richard Pryor.
Yeah, definitely classic.
Fox. You just had so many. You saw my comedic giants in one movie,
Mm-hmm.
and my man that played the boxer that was stuttering.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You also have Miguel Nunez, Tommy Ford. Tommy Ford has been in a lot of stuff. The gentleman that played Tommy and Martin, rest in peace. Also was in that. So funny movie. So those are my top four Eddie Murphy movies: Boomerang, Harlem Nights, Coming to America, and Vampire in Brooklyn. Tell us what y'all think is y'all favorite. Well, tell us your favorite Eddie Murphy movies as well. Yeah. So, next question. Now, this is the world's question. Okay. Which card game starts the biggest arguments? Okay. Uno, Phase 10, Spades, or Goldfish?
It gotta be spades, dog. You can't have a partner that underbid and fuck up the rounds, man. Like that's one of the pet peeves for me when it's like, yo, nigga, we trying to get our books and get the other partner stuck. And you the bidding. Like you can't do that, son.
Can't.
You can't underbid, nigga. You either go for board or you go for the fucking jugular, nigga. Like what's up? The fuck underbidding ass niggas, man.
So, all right, so bet. So you went with Spades. Me personally, I'm gonna go with Phase 10. Me personally, because Phase 10 is like you Phase 10 is one of them new games, but it gets so competitive. Like I remember being like when I used to live back in Brooklyn, I used to have like these like get-togethers, and my team would come together, and the game of choice was Phase 10, and it was cutthroat, and it started mad arguments. People didn't want to get into the studio with the next person like for the next hour or something like that. So it was always something with Phase 10 for me. I'm picking Phase 10. But the world, they pick Uno at 41%. I can see Uno because everybody don't play spades, and no matter what age you are, like people come to Uno with their own rules. Spades is like the rules. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But Uno people come up with their own rules. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at Uno. I'm not mad at Uno. What you think of that?
That was an easy choice because it's like spade. I mean, I guess spades is what us melanated people play and shit. But it's just a game that what I'm saying it's also a thinking game because you know all the suits in the card because what I'm saying it's a deck of cards that everybody has. You know what I'm saying? So, like now you're trying to figure out like, all right, who got what? Do my this and who got the big joker? Niggas ain't put out the big joker yet. Damn, somebody got the joke. You know what I'm saying? It's just trying to figure out and strategize who got what and try to get the other people stuck. But again, I can understand Uno because it'd be a motherfucker when niggas hit you with the draw four and another you would draw four and you like, nah, I'm not drawing eight. Nigga. Somebody else is gonna draw that. And then you smash the deck with another draw four, and you look at the last nigga like, yeah, nigga, you gonna have to draw 12, nigga.
And you know when it get interesting when somebody don't want to draw, and they got to draw two. They try to throw the draw two on top of the draw four. It's like
nah, you can't do that, son.
Can't do that. You gotta hold it. All right. So Uno is the one that they said Uno in the chat. Again, tell us what y'all answers are. All right. Here's a world's question. Okay. The best go-to music when you on a home date. All right. The best go-to music when you on a home date. Again, it's the world's question. Silk, the group Silk, the group Boys to Men, the group Jodeci, or the group Drew Hill? Again, tell us what y'all think in the chat.
For me personally, I'm probably gonna have to go with Silk. You said Silk, Boyz II Men, Jodeci, and Drew Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
They saying Drew Hill in the chat.
Damn. And for me, it's either between Jodeci and Drew Hill. I'm gonna have to go with Drew Hill more. You know what I'm saying? I know more Drew Hill songs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Me personally, I would have said Silk, but Silk got probably like 7 songs. They got more than that, but just off this list, they got 7 like hardcore bangers. But I'm a Jodeci dude, so I'm gonna go with Jodeci. Like their playlist would, I've had a Jodeci playlist just in case. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to go with Jodeci. The world chose Jodeci at 38%. Jodeci at 38%. I ain't mad at that at all, obviously. All right, so the next world's question, again, this is not our questions, it's the world's questions. Who's the best actor on this list? Tyrese Gibson, Taye Diggs, Omar Epps, or Boris Cujo?
I'm going with Omar Epps.
Going with Omar, why?
I'm going with Omar. You got too many classics. Deep what was it? Deep Cover.
Mm-hmm.
He got Higher Learning.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he got Juice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying just those 3 alone is immense classics right there and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Omar Epps is like a staple in the hood. You feel me? Like, and he had that little cameo in Don't Be a Menace while drinking your juice in the hood and shit.
Yeah, very quick.
Very quick cameo, but it was hilarious though. So fuck yeah.
And he had a real quick cameo in Scream 2. That was the year his cameos.
Oh yeah. Murder my dude real quick. Like
Both him and Jada. I think one of my favorite ones is you said it. You said In Too Deep. You said In Too Deep, right?
In Too Deep. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That was Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah. In Too Deep. And
you ain't a top J Reed.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that. Every time
I ain't know niggas get money in Akron.
You like to throw joints, baby? Yeah, I know I throw a little something, you know what I'm saying?
He's like, your son about it, but son can't shoot.
Yo, come on, let me get the ooh-ah. Let me get the ooh-ah. Yo, I love that movie. I'm right there with you. I'm gonna say Omar Epps as well. The world agreed with us at 55%. All right. Another world's question. Best song without a hook. Okay. Redman and Method Man, the Rockwalla. Eric B and Rakim, Paid in Full. Wu-Tang, Protect Your Neck. Biggie Smalls, Got a Story to Tell.
Damn.
Again, tell us what y'all think in the chat.
Damn. Best song without a hook?
Yeah.
Shit.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a classic fucking group of artists right there. So I'm like, yo, everybody in that list that they mentioned is fucking top tier. Damn, off that list, I'm gonna have to just go with my favorite artist off that list is Biggie.
Biggie?
Yeah, I got a story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fire story too.
Yeah, facts.
And they finally found out that it was like a real story, son.
And I think they told that story in the Tales series. You know, I think
when they were trying to figure out which Nick player he was talking about and shit.
Yeah, for real, for years. Me personally, on this one, that I like that pick. For me personally, it went between Method Man and Eric B. Rakim, but I'm gonna go with Eric B. and Rakim, Paid in Full. You know what I'm saying? So that's my choice. The rest of the world, they chose Protect Your Neck by Wu-Tang Clan at 35%.
Okay.
Can't be mad at that. I ain't
Can't be mad at that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now to our next segment is the must see segment. This segment is about pretty much movies and works of art that people still to this day have never seen. So, we like to shed light on things that you must see. So, 3 movies that are must watch. You got yours?
Oh, you talking about my list of movies or?
Yeah, your 3 movies that we must watch. This is the must see segment.
Okay, well, my just like the 5th episode, so I got a theme for everyone in my
Yeah.
bit. So
Uh-huh.
these are my 3 war gangster movies. Like there's wartime, niggas pulling out the sword, getting real close and getting it popping. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My first war movie is 300. Came out 2006 with
Fire.
Gerard Butler, Lena Headley, Ricardo Santoro, David Waynham, and Michael Fassbender. You know what I'm saying? So, 300, definitely a fire movie. Definitely got to go check that out if you haven't seen it. Came out in 2006. Second gangster war film movie that I particularly love is Troy. Came
Facts.
out,
Fire.
came
Fire.
out 2004
Mm-hmm.
with Brad Pitt, Eric Bana, and Orlando Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
Same fire movie, definitely worth the watch.
Mm-hmm.
Lit, no, lit.
Classics.
The war scenes in this movie, the clashes with the armies in this movie is fire.
Storyline.
Definitely gotta see that one.
Mm-hmm.
My last one's a throwback, but still a good one. Is Braveheart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Braveheart
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
came out in '95 with Mel Gibson, Sophia Markle, and Catherine McCormick. Fire movie. Definitely one of Mel Gibson's classic movies.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a lit movie, so just all around lit movies, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Mm-hmm.
are my 3 war movies: 300, Troy, and Braveheart.
Mm-hmm. All fire. All
Oh,
fire.
yes.
All fire. Um, my 3 must-see movies, and before I go to mine, um, those 3 movies that you just mentioned, if you into them type of movies, like it's like that's like war porn. Pause. You know what I'm saying? If you're not into them type of movies, you still should watch those movies because those are just great movies and they have a great storyline, great plots, and the action is top tier. 300 action is a little bit dated at this point only because it was his first of its kind. So all the action stuff that people do now, imagine when that movie came out, that was the first of its kind.
Yeah, it was immense.
Yeah,
Oh shit, niggas ain't
yeah,
never seen a movie done like that before.
yes, facts. So shout out to those movies. I love those movies. I'm a big fan of all 3 of those movies. Um, must see on my end. It's funny that you had mentioned, that theme or whatever, but I don't have a theme. I never have a theme. But this particular movie is not the same. But American Gangster.
Okay.
Have you never seen American Gangster with I believe Russell Crowe? Because I'm gonna say him and his brother all the time with their names. I believe it's Russell Crowe, the
Mm-hmm.
guy that plays in Gladiator, and then there's obviously the Don, Denzel Washington. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Ti and there's so many people. It it just no, it just is in that movie. He
Yeah,
plays. He's
Tango.
Tango. Idris is in there. Uh, I feel like I'm forgetting some people, but again, a dope movie. The guy I always forget his name. He plays in the Brothers. He plays the bad guy in the
Oh
Brothers.
yeah. I forget his name too, but he was in there. He's like, this is a very, 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 very nice suit.
Oh man, love
It
that
was
movie.
ugly as shit though, my nigga.
Yeah,
That shit was
yeah.
trash.
And I was about to forget my dog Cuba Gooding Jr. that plays Nicky Barnes. He that role. You know what
You
I'm
could call the shit blue dog shit if you like.
saying?
That's 100,000 alpaca. You block that shit.
Again, scenes that
Too many. It's just too many phrases and scenes from that movie. Is just. Oh man, that's a classic movie.
pop.
This Pop it. Son.
So I got American Gangster. My next movie is Distinguished Gentleman.
Ah, that's the one with Eddie Murphy when he like finessed to get into the Senate. Oh
Yeah,
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 that's
yeah,
classic.
yeah, yeah.
Yo,
It,
that's another movie that was swept under the rug, son. Yo, the theme in that movie is crazy,
crazy,
son.
crazy.
Buddy has the same name as an old and a senator, some shit that died. So
Yeah,
he just, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that's my name. I'm gonna just slide my name into the ballot. And he ends up winning and goes to Washington and just, you know what I mean, starts finessing,
but
son.
the ill part is that he didn't put his face on nothing. They
Nah.
they just knew the name. You know what I'm saying? They just knew the name. Like so, all his without telling the movie, y'all, without all his promotional aids, it just showed his name. He didn't show his face at all. So when he won and he showed up, they was like, what's
Who
going?"
the who the fuck is this?
Yeah. So, and the way they finesse the White House and the House of Congress, and they played their game, and like it's a
Yeah,
must
yeah,
watch.
definitely go see that shit.
A must
Definitely,
watch.
classic. Another classic Eddie Murphy movie. I forgot about that one, son.
And the reason why I got swept under the rug is because Distinguished Gentleman and Boomerang came out the same year.
Mm.
And back when we was kids, when actors had several movies in the same year, it wasn't really like it was a big thing, but it wasn't a like they had like a really popping movie that they promoted, and then they had like another movie that was like, yo, let's just put this one out. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not like how it is now when you see an actor in like three movies in a year and they all promoted correctly and all that stuff. So,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
so that's my second movie. And my third movie is a movie called Just Cause. This
Just
movie with
pause.
Lawrence Fishburne, uh, uh, Sean Connery, um, and my dude from man, he also plays in the Set It Off as the bank teller.
Oh, you talking about Bryant something?
I think that was his name that wasn't his name in the movie. He
No.
played he played he played the boyfriend of Jada.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah, yeah. Something Brian or something. Brian something. I can't forget. His name escapes me right now. But damn,
yeah,
Just Cause sounds familiar. I'm trying to remember what that movie was. Sean Connery and fucking Lawrence Fishburne.
yeah. Sean Connery and Blair Underwood, not Brian, Blair Underwood.
There we go. Blair
Blair,
Under.
Blair Underwood.
I said Brian.
Yeah. Nah, the name was escaping me, but Blair Underwood is actually him. He plays the main character in that movie, and it's a must see because the acting is so top tier. So there's a little girl that ended up getting raped. Somebody goes down for the charge, and then obviously you got the police, you got the community, and you got jail. It's just a popping movie. It's almost like a murder mystery type of feel to it, and it's a big reveal at the end. It's just a popping movie. It's a great watch. It's called Just Cause. So my three movies are Just Cause, Distinguished Gentleman, and American Gangster. Must see them.
Yeah, classic Jones. Classics.
Okay, must see again. Staying in the same segment. I like to talk about three works of art, whether it's a new artist, whether it's a project, whether they're active, whether it's classic, whether it's a one-off. It's works of art and music that you must hear. So here's my list, my three. I gotta go with Raekwon, Only Built for Cuban Links.
Mm.
It's a hit album. It's crazy to me that people like I've listened to music from the 50s and the 60s. So when people say that they don't listen to music from the 90s and the 2000s and the 2010s, that's like bewildering to me. You know what I'm saying? If you're a music lover, especially if you love rap, Built for Cuban Links is a straight classic. Raekwon, the chef from Wu Tang, featuring Ghostface, classic album, classic works of art. You know what I'm saying? My second, my second mention, G Dep Child of a Ghetto album. Very slept on album. It's a classic rap album. It got bangers after bangers, and then it got them street joints that didn't get played for the radio. You know what I'm saying? When these albums was out, I can speak for myself. I was really bumping the commercial stuff, but now that I'm an artist and I rap, and I hear the substance and the messaging in these songs that are not commercial, and very slept on album. Very slept on. That's probably, in my opinion, when it comes to the Bad Boy collection, that's a top 10 album in Bad Boy history. Album. Just straight album when it comes to not the success, but just straight the work of art, top 10.
Top 10. G-Dep definitely had some fire ass music when he dropped. That was like early 2000s. What, 2002, 2003. I remember nigga was like a sophomore when that shit came out. Sophomore going into junior year and shit. Like, and that's when Harlem Shaking was like, was the shit. Y'all cats, not everybody in the chat, but these young cats don't dance in the club no more. So y'all don't know about dancing for real when if you came to a little house, or not even a house party. This is back in the day when we used to have teen clubs, right? And when niggas used to really Harlem Shake, best believe if you went into them teen clubs with your girl and you ain't Harlem Shake or battle anybody else Harlem Shaking, you definitely lost your chick that night. You know yeah, yo, it was a crazy era that got really swept up under the rug when Harlem Shaking was like the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally lost your chick or you bagged the chick because you was Harlem Shaking the whole night and you was just getting all the numbers type shit. So, and G Dep was one of the songs on there that was like a premier song for Harlem Shaking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He had when I listened to the album, he had about like 4 joints that was on the radio. Special delivery. The other joint. I can't remember the other 3 joints, but the titles escape my mind. But it's worth the title. Look up.
Pull up his shit. So
by G Dep on Apple Music. And my third works of art is T Hope, Cling to Hope. The album Cling to Hope by T Hope from Brooklyn, a rapper from Brooklyn. Shout out to T Hope. A lot of people may, not know of him, but he's somebody that you need to know. That work of art is fire. So tap into T Hope. Shout out to T Hope. One of my dudes from Brooklyn. And I'm not shouting him out because I know him personally, but I'm shouting him out because he's worth mentioning. That work of art is fire. So shout out to T Hope. Shout out to Raekwon the Chef and Only Built for Cuban Links album. And shout out to G Dep. Continue to do your bid for and shout out to your work of art and child of a ghetto. What's your classic show for this episode? A must-see classic show.
So I'm gonna go back to FX again. So this was another show that, like, if y'all tuned in last episode, I talked about a show that was on FX called The Shield. Staple for FX to push FX out there to be seen as a top tier network as far as all the other networks concerned. Now with this other show, that definitely helped FX like boost their level of integrity. Now this show is called Nip Tuck. It came out in 2003. And then back then, it's about these two surgeons out in plastic surgeons out in Miami. You know what I'm saying? That was like doing plastic surgery for top tier, well off clients and shit. But this was 2003, so nobody ain't never think that. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit would become what it is today. So it was just showcasing how these two top tier surgeons would like play the game with surgery and all that shit, but they were nice at it. But then they also had their own issues outside of being like plastic surgeons, and they lived in Miami, so their lifestyle was just crazy. So it had like 5 seasons. Like every episode was just ridiculous. Like the shit was just top tier. It just pushed the boundaries of what network TV could actually showcase to an audience. And this is one of the shows that really, really pushed the boundaries and shit like that, as far as sex, nudity, the type of content they showcased and shit like that. And this was 2003, so it was like still cookie cutter back then, but not really. And it was like starting to push the envelope. And again, this is one of the other shows that was pushing the envelope for what regular network TV could actually showcase and not get hit by the FCC type shit. You know what I'm saying? So Nip Tuck, if you ever get a chance to peep that shit, it's on. Most likely, it's gonna be on the FX app, whatever. It came out in 2003. Again, I believe it had like 5 to 6 seasons and shit like that. Crazy, crazy series.
Okay. My classic show for the episode is Oz. Oz. If you have never seen Oz, it originated off of HBO. It's a show about jail, a prison life, jail. The acting in that movie is outstanding. You got all types of people. You got Leon in there. You have golly, it's just so many people. It's too many people to name. You from your Lord Jamars, your LL Cool J's. Um, it's a whole lot of guys. It's a who's who. If you're a big fan of Law and Order SVU, it's the who's who of Law and Order SVU. If you ever watch Law and Order SVU, you're gonna see all those characters or all those actors in Oz. Like I said, it's an amazing show. And the depiction of jail, they didn't glamorize it, they didn't fantasize it, they didn't made it seem like it's a place to be. They showed their depiction of the reality of what happens, what can happen, what could happen, and they showed it in a real way where people was actually like invested into that show. So I'm going with Oz. That's my classic show for the week. So it's a must see that. And in my opinion, it's probably arguably HBO's best show ever. Amongst them or The Wire. I wouldn't be mad if people said The Wire. I wouldn't be mad if people said Oz. So
Facts. Still right there.
Facts. For the episode.
All right, for the men, definitely going back to Dolce & Gabbana, but this one is called Intenso. Fire ass bottle. The design of the bottle is fire. The scent got a dried forest green. You got a little bit of peppermint and sweet marigold in there. Definitely a grown man type of scent. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And like for the rusty, rugged man. You know what I'm saying? Like get your, you know what I'm saying, with the turtleneck and the pea coat flow.
Oh my! Over. It's over.
Dolce & Gabbana show. Because we down in Florida, we can't wear no peacoats and turtlenecks and shit. But for the raincoat crew and jean jacket crew, you know what I'm saying? We can rock this and still be flea out here. You know what I'm saying? So definitely get your bottle of Dolce & Gabbana Intenso. You won't be mad, and for sure the ladies won't be mad neither. You heard?
You already know. You know what I'm saying? Had that rich smell. You know what I'm saying?
That's well. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? While we're here, again, please make sure y'all subscribe, like, comment on the episode. We really appreciate it. We don't mention it much, but we will love your support and continue this. Okay. Petty thoughts for the episode.
Oh man, this week has been ugly. Shit. Petty thoughts on.
Give me one. Give me one.
One, I petty thoughts on Cassie coming out with a $300 million lawsuit against Diddy for uh, sexual violence and all types of wild craziness and shit.
Wow.
Like I'm just saying, like the timing. I'm not condoning the actions. I'm just saying the timing is kind of like fugazi. Like, you know what I'm saying? You was with the nigga for 10 years. How you with a nigga for 10 years that's afflicting that much, you know what I mean, physical violence on you, and you won't say nada?
Yeah.
5 years after y'all break up, now all of a sudden it just it recollecting your mind like, oh shit, yeah, the nigga was beating on me. Hold up, let me file this lawsuit real quick. Like,
Yeah.
kind of skeptical, you know what I'm saying? It's like, again, I'm not condoning, you know what I'm saying, essay on no woman or anything like that. But I'm
Facts.
just saying the timing is just kind of skeptical, and it's not cool when the shit actually really happens and really happens to women. Then they get put in this category of like they're lying or they're seeking money or types of shit. But again, it is a civil lawsuit and it's not a criminal lawsuit because the statute of limits has already passed.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you're just only seeking bread. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of funny money, you've heard, but
Mm-hmm.
gonna see how this play out and where this shit lead to. But that's just a crazy scenario to see that shit pop up on my feed earlier today and shit. I was just like, what? That's wild. But okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it, at first I thought you were gonna say she was suing 100,000 over some music, and I'm like, I don't even know if you got
You don't
100.
got one song. Like, but I
Yeah,
mean,
you know what I'm saying. But with the sexual violence, like we wasn't there. But at the end of the day, because of what could possibly happen to Diddy with with the Keefe D situation being implicated and all this other stuff, the timing is very um favorable in her odds because with that type of lawsuit, she would never get that type of money. Is really the end game is to settle. As long as she gets something, that's what it really is. The amount, all that is for flavor. It's just the fact that she could walk away with something. So
what buddy say in 40-year-old version? Aim high, Willis. High. Yeah, she definitely aiming for the sky. So wherever she fall at, she gonna be good. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like it just sets a bad precedence. Like it just sets such a bad precedence. But again, like you said, we weren't there. Um, you know what I mean, it just is like, all right, get your coin, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Mm.
I mean, we all got to hustle. You know what I'm saying? So that's the hustle right now. So our next segment we love to call "Time to Rap." Hence, can the brothers get a rap?
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think of Leslie Jones, the comedian, her rant on Power 105, The Breakfast Club, that the men that she's dealing with don't know how to have sex with her, and they
First of all,
need.
she need to apologize to all men, son. Well, not all men. Apologize to the men that she dealt with, because you know what I'm saying. It's Leslie Jones, my nigga. Like, let's be serious, my nigga. Like,
And
no respect to
what
her,
what do you mean when you say it's Leslie Jones?
bro. Like, my biff don't pause, don't get up on some Leslie Jones. Like, ain't no way in hell. And then, of course, and it'd be crazy because it's like the ugliest biddies still gonna get a nigga. You know what I'm saying? But the ugliest niggas don't be getting the biddies like that. So it is a double standard. But then at the same time, it's like, man, you should be cool and humble at the fact that niggas is plugging you. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is really plugging you out here, but they not going hard to like make. Oh, I'm gonna make sure Leslie get hers. Like what? Ugh, like nah, man. Like chill, son. Like when she was in funny enough, Coming to America too, it was like, what kind of who's gonna believe this storyline? Like, get out of here, son. Like somebody plugged her. Like, yo, y'all wilding right now. Wow.
Another miss character where she could have played something else or someone else, but that's who you have your baby with, even on the drunk night, you know, it would have made sense if he would have had sex with one of the you know one of the Robus or the four girls that do the
Mhm.
paddle, like Garcelle, Bouvet. It would have made more sense her having sex with her, him having sex with her, or one of the other girls. But
Right.
you know, Jones, you know,
Yeah, that's just crazy to me. It's like, yo, it's like open season on men or some shit. Like, yo, come on, son. Yeah. When all these years, not all of us, but a few of us have retaliated with their own rhetoric back towards women and shit. That's cool. But it's like, yo, y'all be going way too hard on us, man. We got a lot of shit to deal with. And it's like, just be chill, son. Just get this 2 minute nut and be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're lucky
I
enough to get 2 minutes of stroking. You know what I'm saying?
like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I've heard of Leslie Jones for a long time, like since we was kids. And that's because Def Comedy Jam was out when we was little. And I remember her being on Def Comedy Jam. And I say this in the most respectable way. I've never looked at her and be like, damn, like, I would love to know what that's like, how we look at the Holly Berries and I'm not even gonna say the Holly Berries because that's just too like far fetched. But even like, like to me, like, all right, so let me preference this. Complexion for me does not make you more or less beautiful in my eyes. That's just to me. You know what I'm saying? When I see Demeter, I put Demeter from Boys in the Hood, the girl that played Morris Chestnut's baby mother, the same woman that plays Kid's girlfriend in Class Act. I put her in the same breath of like uh a Beyonce. I put her in the same breath as a Rihanna. I put her in the same breath as a Kelly Rowland. I put her in the same breath as the mother from the Bernie Mac show. Notice all those women that I just said are all different. They got all different size, shapes, you know what I'm saying, shades. They all
Mhm.
different. So I put them in the same vein because they just bad. Like so, at the end of the day, I've never looked at Leslie Jones like that. I can't speak for another man's piece, but I, I, you
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
be happy to just be active and like, and she probably not even speaking on us. You know what I'm saying? Because we're way younger than her. We're not even in her age demographic, but we are men. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I remember I remember when girls who wasn't attractive knew that they wasn't attractive. And because they knew that they wasn't attractive, they cool, always was cool. Always
Mhm.
had a dope personality to the point where it messed you up. It mind sex you because you like, damn, if she was cute, I will wife you because you cool, like you cool. Like I fucks with you, like, but you not cute.
Nah.
And like
Being,
I ain't gonna hold you. She probably got some good wet though.
I don't even want to know, my nigga.
I don't want to know either, but I'm just trying to make the point. She probably got some good wet.
Ugh. I just, a picture in my mind just ran through me and just paused. Imagine a nigga, no homo, pulling down her panties. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, son. My nigga, you being nice. I guess I'm gonna be the cold blooded one on this one. I can't do it, my nigga. Like, I'm sorry, son. Like,
Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking that down neither. But what I'm saying is, like all of us, we got all different preferences and stuff. You know what I'm saying? She's tall, she's chocolate or whatever. But just her features alone is not something. You know what I'm saying? I wanna.
yo, my bad.
You know, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about like
Nah,
features. Like the eyes, the lips. It's like whoa.
yo.
You know what I'm saying? Like put it like this. I put it like this: if you a woman, right, and you have the type of face combination body that if you got brought into a blind date situation, and 9 times out of 10 the dude is like, wow, you're beautiful, then you gotta chill. You gotta humble yourself. So in this situation, Leslie Jones need to humble herself. She's lucky to find guys in her age range because I believe Leslie Jones is like 56. So she need to find guys in her age range that even want to take her down. So chill, continue to make your bread. You know what I'm saying? And do what you can get, or get you a wonderful toy. And I say that with all due respect.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to get down on the jokes, I get down on the jokes too. Like they say, don't go back and forth with a comedian. I'm not necessarily going to do that, Miss Jones, but I got this work. You know what I'm saying? I got this work. So but I'm gonna keep it humble. I'm gonna humble myself because you're a comedian. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the dating and looks department, just humble yourself. You know what I'm saying?
No, facts. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So next subject. Come to find out, they did they did some research on the top 10 most unhealthiest fast food chains, right? And most people gonna say, well, is a fast food chain supposed to be healthy? Yeah, because you're putting it into your body. Anytime you put something into your body, you want it healthy enough where you can actually break it down and collect all the right minerals and the right vitamins from that meal. So coming in at number 10 is Chick-fil-A. And this is via worldatlas.com. This is not my thing. This is via worldatlas.com. Uh, that Chick-fil-A is number 10 most unhealthiest. And we're talking about unhealthy as far as food, calories, and things of that nature. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
number 9 is Little Caesars. 8 is Smash Burger. I believe that I believe Smash Burger is in like Denver or something like that. I believe it's like in Denver or the Colorado area. McDonald's at number 7, number 6 Quiznos, number 5 KFC, 4 Dairy Queen, 3 Taco Bell, 2 Sonics, and number 1 is Wendy's.
Mm.
Number 1. Which of these franchises stick out to you the most being on this list?
I remember Smash Burger because when I was staying in Cali, I used to work at Smash Burger. So that's crazy
Mm-hmm.
because they used to get paws, they meats paws from a particular farm in California and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy that they number 8. But and I used to prepare the paws, the meats in the back with the produce and everything. And it's like, damn, hey, you can't trust nothing nowadays, kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even trust nothing now. Everything is fucked up, son. Everything. It don't even matter if you're a fucking vegan, because it's like if you're not growing your own shit, you're fucked. You cooked. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, stay away from fast food, but then at the same time, it's like when you're trying to eat healthy, they fucking you over with on that side, on that aspect as well too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, damn, nigga can't even win, kid.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. When it comes to eating healthy, like I used to live in Melbourne, Orlando, and in that particular area, the fruit used to be so fresh and amazing. Since I moved to Orlando, my goodness, the fruit is just it's like I'm back in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Fruit is good for 2 days, maybe a day. No, I'll say maybe no. It's good for a day. It's good for the day. But outside of that, it's still not as fresh. It don't look as like it just got off the truck. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't look appetizing. So the one that stick out the most for me, even though I don't even mess with fast food, I haven't messed with fast food in a minute. Is Little Caesars. I used to be a big Little Caesars dude because I love pizza. That's my favorite food in the world. But I stayed away from Little Caesars for a long time. And then, like right before I got off of fast food altogether, I had Little Caesars, and I caught the meanest headache. And I told one of my boys, I said, yo, I had Little Caesars. I used to love Little Caesars, but I had the wildest headache eating this food. He was like, because your body got rid of all the salt. And then when you ate that pizza, you felt all that salt that's actually in the pizza. So you when you away from something for so long, your body starts to reject it. So, and I felt that. So when I had like a couple of slices, I was like, yo, it's time for me to lay down. Not like the full lay down. It was, my head was ringing. So yeah, Little Caesars for me stood out on that one. Next thing, uh, Cam and Mace, on their show. So Mace had followed up. Well, there was a Joe Smith wife prior to. Her name is Keisha. She's a previous on camera actress.
Quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? Air quotes.
You know what I'm saying, on OnlyFans. And Cameron, the last time he spoke with her, he was like, yo, you know what I'm saying, I'm interested in you coming to, come and give me a body rub, but I want you to be my body rub babe. She runs a company called the Body Rub Babes. And he's like, yo, I want you to come through. If you come through, I want it to be you. So Mace surprised Cameron with Miss Keisha, comes on the show live while they doing their show on It Is What It Is, and Cam takes off his shirt and the whole nine, and get a body rub babe by the body rub queen, Miss Keisha, Joe Smith's wife, former NBA first overall first round draft pick. What do you think of that, bro?
I mean, she got booked and she accepted the booking. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you would when you set up bookings, you see who you're being booked by.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So she ain't see no problem with accepting that booking, accepting that deposit, and going to do her job. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
So
do you think she's out of bounds for doing that?
hell no, she's not out of bounds for doing it. What's really out of bounds is Joe Smith choosing her as a wife. That's what's out of bounds with this whole shit. You know what I'm saying? He
Mm-hmm.
chose the wrong biddy from jump.
Mm-hmm.
He chose the right one, he would have been straight and probably would have not lost his $61 million fortune.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, men have to take accountability for our actions. And when you choose the wrong woman, this is the end result of what you get. You know what I'm saying? Endless disrespect. Unfortunately, the disrespect is being live and direct, and it's blatant. I for sure feel sorry for Buddy. I personally wouldn't know how that feels because ain't no way in hell that's happening to me. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't no sucker for love ass niggas over here where they fall head over heels in love with a chick where they just forget all boundaries and all creed of how women do. You know what I'm saying? Not all women, but majority of women. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, she not wrong for that. Again, my fault, Joe Smith, but you're going to have to take that another L. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, you feel me? Because your major first L was wife for her. You know what I'm saying? That was your first L. You know what I'm saying? That was the first L. And then at the end of the day, I don't feel Cam ain't doing nothing wrong. Mace ain't doing nothing wrong. She got a business. Niggas pay her. So she came to do her job. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing wrong with what was happening there. What was funny about it was how this nigga Mason Cam was acting. Nigga got up off that shirt real fast, my nigga. There was nothing wrong with what transpired at all, son.
Okay.
It's unfortunate, but you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I just feel sorry for Buddy. Like, I know he's somewhere just don't resort to violence and just leave the bitch, my nigga. Just walk away, kid. Just walk away, son. Just leave it. Ain't nobody going, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas gonna clown you for a little bit, but you gonna get over it. And there's plenty fish to the sea. You gonna land on your feet again. Just walk away from shorty, son. Like, just leave it be, son. That's it. It's over.
Me personally, she's wrong as hell, in my opinion. You know, and we take full accountability for everything. We have to, for us to move forward. That's just a part of getting over something and moving forward. You know what I'm saying? As a man. At the end of the day, yeah, he's at fault overall, ultimately. But damn, have some sort of proof about yourself. Like, you know for a fact that this doesn't put your man in a powerful position. So when you make a move like this, you're telling that man you're not looking to come home. You just trying to get to the bag. And I can respect somewhat of that, but we both know all money ain't good money. If you
Mm-hmm.
gonna make some money, but it's gonna have you looking crazy out here or your family looking crazy out here, then that's not a bag you need to go get. We
See,
all, you know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, when I look at the situation and all this is being publicized, when all this could have been in house, this is all strategic in my estimation because now you got Joe Smith, he's going on other shows that that are very culture vulturous. I'm not going to say that person's name. I don't have a personal beef with them, but my main beef with that person is that they are a culture vulture, and he's choosing to go that route to tell his story, and that culture vulture had him looking crazy during the whole interview, even though he make himself look crazy, but you look even more stupid instead of going to somebody that has a vested interest into telling the story, but without making you look dumber than what you already look. Joe Smith, this is completely on him, not the fact that he can't provide. Because I'm tired of hearing this narrative in our community. If you can't provide, then you're not worth anything. You can still protect. Your presence alone is something that it can't be measured up. A man's protection and a man's presence it has no financial value on that because it's invaluable. You need that backing. To be a threat, you need a figure. You need that figure. So as a woman, you lose that protection completely. So you can't have it both ways. You can't choose to go get that money and then complain that he doesn't want to protect you. Doesn't work that way. If you want that, you got to move in the vein of what's good for the household, not just for yourself, but what's good for your man, your husband. He's not her boyfriend. He's her husband. So that carries a whole nother thing in itself in that situation, in my opinion. Cam and Mace not wrong. Um, Cam is he was flirting with her a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It was a part of the entertainment, but at the same time, it's up to the woman to be receptive. I mean, receptive. If she's receptive to the charm and to going to get that business, regardless on how it make her look or her husband look, then that's not on Cam. That's not on Cam. I can't put that on Cam. Can't put that on Mace. But I put the situation on her, but he is the blame of the situation because he has to take the accountability of what's going on. So that's my take on that.
mm-hmm.
Um, I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it. The video's been circulating, and people want to know: do you think, or was the Birdman and Drewski, the comedian Drewski situation was real, where Birdman's goons snatched Drewski's chain, and you
I,
seen him run? Do you think that was real?
I don't believe that's real. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was real, there'll be arrests being made. You know what I'm saying? Because you just got, if it's in the world of rap and hip hop or whatever, whoever leaked the video basically snitched, right, on the people who quote unquote robbed him for his chain and shit, right? So you committed a robbery.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So it's like already that's a felony right there. You know what I'm saying? So police supposed to come after you. So
Mm-hmm.
again, it's a two ways, it's a double-edged sword because Drewski is somewhat of a comedian, so it could be looked at or viewed as a comedic stunt. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? in certain aspects, and then other aspects, if it's real, then where's the police involvement in it? You know what I'm saying? Drewski is not no street dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's not known to be in the street. So if he goes in and files a report, he can't be wrong for that or be held liable as a snitch or charge it to the game because he's not part of the game. So it's like it's a double-edged sword on that aspect. But and again, it's like I don't believe it's real and it's a stunt because it's like nah, son. Like all all the police have to do is just look at the cameras that everybody else looked at, and then they be like, all right, they got cases on all you bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, off red, like police coming to get you. Like,
And
it would have made more sense if the goons just came in, masked up, gloved up to rob them. Okay, now you covering your face. You know what I'm saying? You're making the robbery look quote unquote legitimate. But
mm-hmm.
it's like that makes no sense. And then if quote unquote Birdman sending threats to Drewski and it's being recorded, isn't that another felony? You know what I'm saying? Like you I don't know what the charge is, you know what I'm saying? But
armed robbery.
right. So it's like, what are y'all doing, son?
And the reason why the question is asked is because you only see the security cam. Because normally when you have a skit, you have different cameras,
Right.
so that's why the question is even asked. And I haven't even seen that. Nobody has seen that. So that's why the question is even asked. And they could play it off that way. I mean, we talked about it the other day when it comes to sex crimes and trafficking. When you have people that have money or not even have money, have power within a city that's not New York, that's not LA, that power hits a little different and your access is a little different. Um, I can't say that the video is real, to be honest with you. Because like you said, there would have been charges, there would have been somebody would have to come forth, even if they was masked up. The fact that they was with Birdman, they would have to compel Birdman to, give those people up, or he would, face some sort of crime or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on that as well too. Next thing is I don't know if you heard it, but the Kiki Palmer audio was released with Kiki Palmer having a dispute with the son of the father of her son, Darius Jackson, um, and her mother arguing, with him um, in that video. Have you heard the audio to that?
Nah, I didn't hear the audio.
Okay, okay. It was very interesting. For those who've heard the audio, it was very interesting. It was basically both Kiki and Darius was actually very calm in the audio. They were saying what they were saying, but it was still calm temperature. Um, and the dispute was him, coming by to pick up their son to go watch football for football Sundays, and Kiki is pretty much saying, I don't know, the audio picked up with her saying pretty much, you need to stop speaking ill of me. Her language had nothing to do about the child, saying, well, you're not going to take the child, or the child is not going to. So this time, the
Mm-hmm.
audio wasn't speaking on that. Her particular vantage point was the fact that you don't have to say mean things to me to communicate. You know what I'm saying? But you don't hear him saying mean things to her on the audio. So if she said something mean to her, this was like before she recorded. So, but the mother, Kiki's mother, is going in on him, calling him gay, that he sucks all this, penis. His brother, his older brother, that happened that plays on Insecure. I think his name was Dro, the Dro character. That's his older brother that plays on Insecure. Called him gay. Was going in on him about the whole Usher situation. Oh, you mad at him? You mad at her about the Usher situation when everybody know Usher is gay. He's a homosexual man. He doesn't like women. He doesn't like her. And she was pretty much like berating Darius Jackson on maybe acts of violence could happen towards him based on you know based on his interaction with Kiki, which there's some alleged things that's going on, but nothing to be set in stone, as he said, she said.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she said, the mother says some real wild stuff, and I'm surprised you don't hear the LGBT community going after her for pretty much berating him if he was gay or if he was, bisexual or whatever, you know. And so, it was just very interesting. And then hearing that audio, when you have, when you're the elder amongst two kids, because no matter what, when you're the elder, when you're the parent, if you have a child, they're always going to be your kids, no matter how old they are. Kiki Palmer's what, like 34? So she's still Kiki's Palmer's kid. I mean, she's still her mother, I should say. You know what I'm saying? So there was a tone that was just, it wasn't beneficial to the overall situation. You
It's
know?
just for me the braggadocious energy of, again, a woman thinking that she can step to a man. It's like, where do y'all get that from? Y'all, again, this is gonna sound crazy, but men know their place, and women should know their place. And it's, again, I didn't see the audio, but from the breakdown, I can already conceptualize that Kiki Palmer's mother ain't got no man in her life.
Mm-hmm.
Because if she did, he would be talking to the baby father.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, yo, let me talk to you in the back, son, real quick. Get that chop up, and
Mm-hmm.
everything will be done right. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But obviously, Kiki Palmer's father's not around. I
Mm-hmm.
wonder why,
Mm-hmm.
based on probably the energy and just the tone and the nastiness of the mother.
Mm-hmm.
He, nah, fuck that. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It just goes to show like the statistics of when a child is raised by a single mother versus when a child is raised by a two-parent household and a single father household, the disparity is crazy. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? People don't want to talk about that shit, but the statistics shows the child is at a disadvantage when only being raised by the single mother.
Mm-hmm.
Saying when being raised by a single father, though it's not ideal, the child has a better chance at life than it would be raised by a single mother. Again, these are not my statistics. These
Mm-hmm.
are world statistics. You know what I'm saying? So
And it's factual.
with them.
It's factual, and I'm a part of those statistics. My daughter was raised in my household all her life, majority of her life, and you know, and she's a A student, and she's killing it. So, but go ahead, continue. My bad.
Right. So again, like the statistics showed that you just had a disadvantage being raised by a single mother. And this is just a microcosm, this scenario with Kiki Palmer and her baby father and the mother, which is the macrocosm of how COINTELPRO, the federal government, came in, removed the man out the house, you know what I'm saying? Gave the women subsidies and gave the women food stamps and all this other stuff. And you're like, yo, you could have this and you could have an apartment, you could have that. All you need to do is not have the man in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And many of, like we said, many women fell for the chicken sandwich. They
Mm-hmm.
fell for the okey doke. And
Mm-hmm.
30, 40 years and 50 years later, this is the end result that we get.
Mm-hmm.
Look at our society right now as melanated people. Look at what the product of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's fucking crazy out here, son.
Yeah, facts.
It's wild out here, and we deal with as men. We deal with other men, and we can tell when a man was raised only and solely by the mother.
Yes.
We can
Yeah.
tell this from jump, like, yeah,
Yeah.
nigga's tight, fugazi, he tight. You know what I'm saying?
And
Not
that's and
not
to
in the sense of him being like a homosexual, but in the sense of not being able to man up to certain
right.
situations, be a man, own up to certain things that that man was at fault for.
Right.
Be like, you know what, that's my bad. I did that. I was wrong. Instead of doing that, niggas want like, nah, fuck that, nigga. I want to start all this rah rah shit and just apologize, my nigga. That's
Right.
it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
To
Take
add,
accountability. We'll dap it up, whatever the scenario is. If there's a dap up or if there's not, we walk away mutually understanding like the situation can't be fixed, and both parties is cool with that, and we just walk away on our own terms type shit. But we could tell when a man was solely being raised by a woman, and watching a woman as he's growing up, how women deal with certain scenarios. That man is overtly emotional when certain scenarios don't require you to be emotional. It requires you to use man logic and logic to get yourself out that situation or find resolution to that situation, as opposed to using your emotions, which don't help that, which does not help anybody in this scenario. You know what I'm saying? It
yeah.
just makes it worse. At a man, there's a time to be emotional and there's a time to be logical. And we see the end results of when a man is very emotional with himself, and that's never a good look. Never.
And to add to your point, again, I live all this stuff because my dad, he had 4 sons. 4. I have 2 older brothers and 1 younger brother biologically. M- m- My oldest brother was around my father a lot, a lot. He grew up with my father in his life, in the household. My father raised him along with my mom. These people right here, these cool people right here. And the shout out to my dad, his birthday was yesterday. Sleep in peace, Roland Johnson. Um, but he raised my brother, and my brother grew up to be logical, and then there was a balance. He was logical, and then he also had emotional side to him too, because his biggest connection was with my mom. But my father, anytime he messed up, would tear him up. So he grew up having that balance. My older brother, without saying his name, he was more so raised by his mom. Him and my dad didn't have so much interaction. They had interactions because he eventually came to live with my dad for a little while, not for long. I'm talking when I mean a little while, I'm talking about maybe like a couple of months, and then he went back to live with his mom. And when he came around when he turned, I'll say like 13, 14. So by that time, when you when you deal with things so emotionally, and now at that age, and you get interject with that logic and that firm hand, you don't like it. So he ended up going back to live with his moms. You know what I'm saying? My youngest brother, he was mainly with his mother throughout his childhood, and now as a grown man. So he deals with things and how he deals with things. Me, I was with my father the most out of all my brothers, even my older and my oldest brothers. Like me and my father was more like best friends than anything else. And you see the type of dude that I am, very level headed. I do have a side to me that when I have to protect myself, I get into a different type of mode. I don't like that mode, but that's not a mode that's emotional. That's a mode that's protective. Completely different thing. So to add on to your point, when a man is or a kid is really around women, his whole preview is basically emotional, and it's not from a logical standpoint, and doesn't have a a place where he could tap into where there was some sort of and I don't want to have to prevalent to a father, but have a male figure, whether it's your grandfather, or uncle, a big cousin, a big brother, that was like a male figure that you could pull from and be like, yeah, nah, I'm a chill, and you know what I'm saying, and let me fall back and let me look at things logically before I you know dip and dap. So just added.
No, facts. So I'm gonna definitely check out the audio and see what's going on. But it's like I don't know. It's just a lot of this, a lot of shit that's going on for the last couple of weeks. It's just been a lot of bullfolly. You know what I'm saying? Just never anything that paints men in a great light. And we do a lot of shit. We're not asking for recognition and trophies for a lot of shit that we do on a regular, but you know what I'm saying? Just men are trying holding shit down. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the men that get up in the morning, that go to work, handle their business, take care of their families. Shout out to men who do hard jobs that keep the infrastructure of the society running. Even though nobody see you, we see you and we shout you out. Salute. Without y'all, this world would not be working properly. Shout out to men who do these insane hard jobs, niggas that on the oil rig. You know what I'm saying? You worry about pumping your gas, but the niggas that's in the oil rig gotta pump that oil so you can get your gas. You know what I'm saying? You,
Do you think she's gonna face any financial legal situations? Kiki Palmer's mom, being that she brought up people in their conversation and her rant to, again, when she spoke on Usher and said, he's a gay man, and you're tripping over for no reason. That's close for defamation of character.
now,
I've never heard Usher come out of the closet saying, confirming that.
I hope to God he don't, because there's a couple of songs that Usher made that helped me get over through heterosexual breakups. For him to come out and be gay, that should just be like, God damn, like nigga.
Right. But
But
even if he were, do you think she's going to face, even if he were, do you think she's going to face any financial backlash based on that?
well, that would be up to Usher's camp if his name was pulled up in the conversation and put in a negative light. That would be up to Usher and his camp to like press charges and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they go ahead and do so, that would set precedents. You know what I'm saying? That would definitely put everybody else on notice. Like, you can't just say shit about other people without, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Without no evidence or anything backing your claims and shit like that. So be mindful of who you speak on this shit. That would set precedents and would be a nice checkmate, but I highly doubt that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because in that same conversation, she went on to brag that he was successful, and that they just, a couple $1 million that day. Like, we just made a couple $1 million today, so I don't know what you doing, like, throwing that up in his face. So when you're saying, so I say that to say, when you're saying things that are not confirmed about other people, then you have a bag to come get. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody says, "Oh, Ashley Lovechild is this, that, and the third," and but I made 3 million today. Oh, for real? So
we're gonna sue you for 5 million. You know what
you
I'm
know,
saying?
so it's something to be mindful of, and the way the law works. Because some people will say, "Well, if he doesn't sue her, then it must be true." No, the way the law works is you have to go to that state to file legal charges on these type of things. When it comes to defamation, you have to be in that state. Like, you have to not live in that state, but you have to, you or your camp or your legal team have to go to that state and file those proceedings for that person, to bring that person to court. So
Right.
that works. So
And don't she live in California?
I believe Kiki does. I'm not sure if her mom lives in
No,
California.
I'm saying like the scenario where the audio happened, were they not in California?
Uh, that's what I'm saying. Like, Kiki could live in California, but the mom, was her mom could
Oh,
live in.
she wasn't in the house.
Right, right, right. This was like
Oh,
over. This was over the phone.
okay.
All this is over the phone.
Well, they could just go after Kiki nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it.
That is true. That is true. But either way, I just found it very interesting, because had that been a man in that scenario, and him talking wild, say for example, if somebody like, "Well, you was known for rape. You was I heard you raped this girl, this and the third," and we're talking about my child. They wouldn't focus on my child. They would focus on, "Oh, so you was out here raping." Oh, you know what I'm saying? So that's something that will be in a conversation to other things proceeding. afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
you know, again, something to be mindful of. So, at the end of the day, um, they need to get it together because they're going to be in each other's lives at least for the next 18 years. Um, that child is going to need both Kiki and Darius. So it behooves both families to get along faster if they want their child to be healthy. They want their child to be in an environment where they don't feel like they have to choose who to love. If they want that and they want a better balanced child, then you make a way to get along. I've been through things with my daughter's mom, and I'm not going to speak ill of her, even though we went through some things that probably didn't favor her.
Mhm.
Nice by not, going there in respect to my daughter more than anything. Um, we've been through some things that when I realized the better the relationship between me and her mother was, not romantically, but just being able to communicate in a way where our daughter see that, she doesn't have to choose. My daughter became just better overall. She was just better overall. Like she was already awesome, but she was just a better kid overall when she seen her parents get along, even if something didn't favor her. It was just the fact that we spoke the same language, we spoke the same tone and the same value to 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 get our daughter in a better place. So they're gonna have to do that. And her mom coming in hot like that, even if she felt like she was uh in the right to do that, you're still in the wrong because you're the elder. You have to bring the wisdom to the situation. Even if even if he doesn't treat your daughter the way she should be treated, you're still the elder because if the house is burning, you don't bring more fire.
Mhm.
Again, when me and my daughter's mom, used to have our run-ins or whatever, my mom, regardless of how she felt, she brought peace to the situation. Her mom, regardless of how she felt, I don't know how her mom would really feel, but her mom always kept a tone with me that lets me know that like she don't want this to be she didn't want this to be ugly. She want us to be family. Regardless if we're not together, that's what I'm saying, that's we still family. You get what I'm saying? So her
Right.
mom treated me and gave me a tone that I could respect, and now I become a protector of her if my daughter get out of line with her. You get what I'm saying? And my mom, anybody that know my mother, my mom's was like, that's not somebody you want to test. You know what I'm saying? But even then, and so she always came to the situation with peace when we used to get like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, and Kiki Palmer's mom have to do the same thing, and she could be facing some backlash financially because she said a lot of disparaging thing about other people that's not confirmed. And her being in the industry, I'm pretty sure she has a ear and has some insider information that could be deemed true because she's on the inside, her
Right.
daughter inside. So
Yeah. No, that's a fact, man.
I just know if that was a man will be looking at they will be looking at all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something to be mindful of. You know what I'm saying? So anything you want to get off your chest before we wrap it up?
Nah, it's another one for the books. Again, we just gonna keep it going every day, every step of the way. Every episode, come in, tap in with us, and we're gonna be here. And we can the brothers get a rap and just rap with us? You know what I'm saying?
Facts, facts, facts. I want to shout out the sponsors of Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I want to shout out OUV Records. You see it, you see it, you see it right up there, OUV Records. I want to shout out buttonsnaps.com, buttons snaps.com. Go there right now. It's for us, by us, content that's prevelated for us, by us, movies, TV shows, documentaries. Go watch Button Snaps. That's buttons, www.buttons/snaps.com. Also, another sponsor of Can the Brothers Get a Rap podcast is also brain fart real quick, bro. My bad.
Bravo section.
Bravo section. My bad. Bravo section. One of the leading top photography in the world. So make sure y'all tap into that on social media, and new website is being worked on right now. But shout out to um, Bravo section photography as one of Can the Brothers Get Rap podcast. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. This is what episode 5, another one for the books, as you say. You know what I'm saying? And again,
salute to y'all. I'll catch you again Sunday night. Tune in 10:30. We back here again. Brothers Get a Rap podcast. You heard?
you already know. Love. It's the art.
Let's go. Let's get it, yo. All right, y'all. One.